everybody, Misty here with Pixel Financial with another video for you. I'm going to be talking about the economic impact payments that are going to be going out. A lot of people are calling these stimulus checks, which I'm going to adopt that term simply because it's easier to say, although not entirely accurate. The first thing you need to know about these is that they are based on your adjusted gross income on either your 2018 or 2019 tax returns. So if you want a point of reference, if you go to your 2018 return, that is box number 7. And if you go to your 2019 return, it's box number 8B. So if you are single and your AGI is $75,000 or less, head of household $112,500 or less, or married and $150,000 or less, you are going to get the full stimulus check. So for single, that means $1,200. For married, that means $2,400. And for head of household, that is $1,200. In addition, they are going to be sending out $500 for each qualifying child in your household. So the best way for me to explain what a qualifying child is they are under the age of 17, they qualify for the child tax credit, they live with you, and you claim them as a dependent on your tax return. So if you're not quite sure about that, definitely get in touch with your tax preparer or somebody that you know that might have the answer to that. But that seems pretty straightforward. Now, if you make more than those thresholds, there is a phase out. That is $5 for every $100 you make over those thresholds. So, for example, if your adjusted gross income is $160,000, that is $10,000 higher than what the threshold for married is, which is $150,000. You take that difference, $10,000, and you divide it by 100, which in this case equals 100, and then you multiply that by the $5. So now we have $500. That is the amount that your stimulus check will be reduced. So instead of getting a $2,400 check, you will be getting a $1,900 check. Now, based on everything that I've read, it doesn't look like the additional money for the qualifying children is going to be phased out based on income. So at least we have that going for us. However, if you are single and you've made $99,000, head of household and made $136,000, and married with an AGI of $198,000, you've just fully phased out of the base stimulus check, that $1,200 and $2,400. But again, I believe that the $500 per qualifying child will still be there. Now, of course, a lot of people are like, what do we need to do? Well, not much, actually. You just need to make sure you have your 2018 or 2019 tax returns filed. Now, I know it seems a little strange that it's 2019 and we're talking about 2018, but there are millions of people who still have not filed their 2018 taxes. So it's going to be very important for you to do that. This stimulus is going to be available through the end of 2020. And I'm not sure what's going to happen after 2020 if you decide to wait. So if you're not filing those 2018 returns at least before the end of the year, you could be leaving money on the table. So that's step number 1, is make sure you have your 2018 and or 2019 tax returns filed. Now, I do understand that there are a lot of retired people living on Social Security that do not actually file returns. The IRS understands that as well. And so what they're going to do is they're going to go back and they're going to look at Social Security checks. So they're going to see, they receive something called a 1099 SSA, and they're going to go back and they're going to see that those people are in the system and they're still going to get their stimulus check. So you don't have to worry about them at all. I've gotten actually a lot of questions regarding that. Now, I've also received questions, and honestly, it's a question for me, is if I owe the IRS money for past taxes, are they going to take that money like they do refunds? And the answer is, I don't think so. I haven't seen anything that specifically says it, although they do say that your stimulus will not be garnished. So if you are past due on bills outside of the IRS and then they try to garnish your refund, they say that's not going to happen. So my sense is that they're not going to absorb those for past tax obligations, but I'm not entirely sure on that one. So to be determined, and as soon as I find out, I will let you know. The other thing is these things are not taxable. They're not going to be included in your income for 2020, so you don't have to worry about additional tax. So again, things that you can do, make sure your 2018, 2019 taxes are filed. Don't wait. There's no reason to wait if you're not sick or caring for somebody who is sick at this moment. And these are going to be non-taxable economic economic impact payments. So again, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'll do my best to answer them, and I'll get back to you on some of the other information. Y'all take care.